It's me, Shreya Paudel, presenting to you our project work, Password Management System, in short, PWMS, which is called SecurePass, along with my group members, Samiksha Bania, Aruna Guragai, and Aishka Adhikari. Now let's get started. The page that you can see right now is a login page where you can see there are empty fields to enter your credentials such as username and password. Now this is only for those users who are already registered and have an account. They can directly use the login option. Now in case, let's suppose you aren't a registered user, in that case you have to press the sign up option, which will lead you to a registration page. Now let's suppose I am not a registered user. I'll use the sign up button. So now you can see the registration page pops up. The registration page also has empty fields for name, address, email address, passwords, and the sign-in option. So now let's get started. Let's say my name is Shreya. You have to enter your full name, and let's suppose my email address is gmail.com. Now I'll be entering a wrong format of email address for a while. So let's try to sign in. Now as you can see, an error message pops up which tells you that all the fields needs to be filled, which means these fields that I have left empty are supposed to be filled before signing up. Let's press OK. So now also let's enter a random password. Now let's sign in. As you can see, another error message pops up which tells you that it is an invalid email address format, which means the email address that you just entered is invalid because of the wrong format. So let's use the correct format, which is @gmail.com. So I'll let this be my email address. Now let's enter a password. Okay, let's just use this password for a second. Sign in. As you can see, another error message pops up which tells you that the entered password must contain at least one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, one digit, one special character, and also be at least 8 characters long. So the password format also needs to be correct. As said, you have to have one uppercase letter, lowercase letters, numbers, and a special character. So now I'll leave another password field the same and try to sign in. Another error message pops up which tells you that the passwords that I just entered did not match. It's because the first password that I entered is not matching with the second password. So I need to make sure that these passwords are matching. Now let's enter the correct password. So as you can see, now my passwords are matching. So I'll sign up. As you can see, another message pops up which tells that the registration is successful. Now I am successfully a registered user. So again, the login page pops up where I'll be having to enter my username and password. And remember, the username is supposed to be the email that I entered previously. It's not your full name, but the email address that I entered. So now let me enter my email address. Okay. So for an instance, I'll be entering a wrong password to show you what happens if you do such. So now I'll try to log in. As you can see, an error message comes which tells you that the username and password that I just correct is incorrect, either of these or both of these. So I need to make sure that the username and password matches. So let's press OK. So now I'll be entering the correct username. And my correct password. So now I'll press login. So as you can see, I have successfully logged in and a message pops up welcoming you. So let's press OK. So now the page that you are currently seeing is a home page. This is the home page of our system, and as you can see, there are various empty fields, which one of them is for site or app. Another one is for your username, for your password, and you can see there are various options such as create, read, update, delete, search, generate password, and also settings. So create is basically used for creating an application. Read is used for viewing the credentials. Update is used for updating your credentials. Delete is used for deleting the existing application. Search is used for searching what application you are currently wanting to view. And generate password is a feature which generates a password for you. So now let me create a site. At first, let's say I want to create email, and the username I would like to use is ABCD, and the password I'm using is 1234. So I'll create this application. To do it, I'll press create. So now, as you can see, I've successfully created the application called email. So let's use the function read. So now let's suppose I want to read the credentials of Instagram, and I'll be pressing read. So as you can see, the credentials such as username and password is displayed to you. You're reading your credentials, which says my username is Samik Shabania and my password is this. So this is the read function. So now let's go to update. For update, I'll show you the credentials at first. So let's read the credentials of Viber. As you can see, my username is ABCD and the following is the password. So now let me update my credentials for Viber. I want to update Viber. So I'll write Viber here, and my username would be PQRS and my password would be 5678. So now I'd like to update Viber. So as you can see, it tells you that the Viber details have been updated as you wanted. So let's press OK. Now let's view Viber. As you can see, my username PQRS has been updated and my password has also been updated. So this is the update function for you. Now let's move on to the delete function. Let's say I want to delete WhatsApp. So I'm pressing delete. It asks you for a confirmation whether you want to delete the details or not. So you'll also have to remember, you'll also have to write here. So I'm deleting WhatsApp. So WhatsApp. So now I'm deleting. So it asks you for a confirmation whether I want to delete my WhatsApp details or not. So you're supposed to press OK. So as you can see, my WhatsApp details have been deleted. So now let's suppose I want to search for an application which is somewhere in the list and I can't see it. So I want to search for Facebook. So I'm supposed to write Facebook in the app field. So let's press search. As you can see, it highlights your application in the list for you so that it's easy for you to search what app you are wanting to see. So there's another option which is generate password. Let's suppose I want to create an app called Viber and my username would be Shreya. So let's, for an instance, suppose that I don't want to create a password or I don't have a password in my mind right now. And in that case, you can use the function generate password. So let's press it. As you can see, it automatically generates a password for you in the correct format. And you can press create, which creates an application for you, that is Viber. So it's pretty easy to create a password. You don't have to have a headache for that. So these are all the functions present in the home page. I hope you guys understood it well. So the last function you have here is settings. So let's go to settings. As you can see, the settings page has profile, about, help and FAQs and logout. So now let's go for about. As you can see, the about displays details about our password management system, where our mission is to reduce the stress of having to remember numerous passwords of whatever applications, apps, websites we've been using in our daily life. Also the features including storing passwords and generating passwords to make our life easier. And you can see our team members and also our contact details, which is our emails. So that is about. So after that, let's suppose I want to log out from the system. So I'll simply press log out and it asks me if I'm sure I want to log out. So I'll be pressing OK. So now I'm logged out. Hope you guys understood it well and hope I was able to explain it to you. And I also hope that you like the system.